AC Sports Live is brought to you by All In CDO Training, the future of commercial driving. Earn your Class A and Class B license and endorsements with courses online and in person in the city of Long Beach. Call or visit the website 909-708-4861, www.allincdotraining.com. If you're unemployed, underemployed, or just want to change a career, scholarships are available, so don't worry about the cost. Give them a call. All In CDO Training, the future of commercial driving. AC Sports Live is also brought to you by Mood Swing Apparel, DEM Clothing. Dominate every matchup, period. Check them out, Mood Swing Apparel on Instagram. AC Sports Live is also brought to you by Cannon Nation Boxing. If you want to learn the sweet science of boxing, or if you just want to get a real good workout in, working out and training with pros, check out CannonNationBoxing.com and become the best version of yourself today.
Attention, gentlemen of distinction. Introducing NGBN.TV, the television network designed exclusively for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Your go-to destination for entertainment that speaks to you, inspires you, and celebrates the incredible journey of manhood. And here's the exciting news. NGBN.TV is coming to Roku, Apple TV, Amazon, and your favorite mobile devices. Whether you're a sports enthusiast, seeking self-improvement, or just looking for a good laugh, NGBN.TV has got you covered. Entertainment, inspiration, brotherhood. Coming soon to Roku, Apple TV, Amazon, and mobile devices. NGBN.TV, where men thrive.
Yo, what's up, man? AC Sports Live, Tuesday night, the 26th day of December, 2023. A lot on the show tonight. NFL playoff picture. The Ravens look pretty good, man. NCAA bold picks for these last week or so of college football. Who you got? My 2 cents. Was Cam Newton right? The Wilder fight. The Dodgers got another top-notch player. UCLA has an exodus and more. My tender love report. George Pickens. Come on, man. Draymond Green, I got proof. You're not as tough as you say. My sports flicks, I saw Gran Turismo. Mental reps, commit to your dreams. This is AC Sports Live. Let's get it.
You're quite hostile. I got a right to be hostile, man. My people been persecuted.
All right, let's jump right in, man. Did you see the Ravens last night? Did you see a weakness? I don't think I saw a weakness. The only time they looked weak is when the referee fell down in the end zone and tackled Lamar Jackson. That's the only way they looked out of pocket. That was the only way that they were going to stop the Baltimore Ravens last night. I got big brother Rodney Sauce in the house. Sauce man. Baby hair. OG baby hair. Rodney Sauce. Big fella. Back to you. Happy holidays to you, my man. Chris, defer Ruby. Oh, the Rubio method. It is showtime. The Ravens look really good, man. I can't even lie. I got to give credit where credit is due. For all the naysayers, for all the haters who don't believe Lamar Jackson is a bad dude. He is that dude. Because even when he's bottled up, even when you have a great defensive plan, there's no plan for improvisation. And Lamar Jackson made plays last night after play. And that defense, oh my God, they were everywhere. Everything that Brock Purdy tried to do, everything that the Niners tried to do, But Brandon Ayuk had a good game, so I have my fantasy football championship shirt on. This was from last year, the War Room. I won that championship. This year, I'm in the anti-ESPN group, and I got the win last night. Brandon Ayuk was my last player playing, but by that time I had already had the championship won. So 1 out of 4 of my leagues, I am the champ. Fantasy champ. Once again, The Rock has returned to championship land. So NFL playoff picture. After what we've seen, my Eagles got a win, but it was ugly. So as an Eagle fan, I'm not happy. Someone said Eagle fans are delusional, thinking they're going to be. No. Real Eagles fans are not happy. We should have smashed the Giants, let them hang around. They made the game interesting. I mean, we're running into each other like Keystone Cops. Like Spanky and Buckwheat at the kickoff return running into each other and fumbling. And Stymie scooping up and scoring. It's embarrassing, man. Big Jim in the house. Ref spotted the Niners 2 points. And smiled about it. You see him? Did you see him laugh, Jim? Did you see him laugh? Did you see him? Sniggling and giggling on the sideline? That ain't funny, man. You never seen Rodney Sauce fall like that. You see Rodney Sauce do a nice little back pedal. Break on the ball. Left foot plant. Get out of there. You do not back up and trip over your own feet. It's a bad look. All right, man. So the playoff picture. I'm not sure what your power rankings are. But if the playoffs started today, well, this first things first, who's your MVP? If it's not Lamar Jackson, is it CMC? Is it Tua? Who else do you think can be possibly in that mix? It was Jalen Hurts before these last 3 games. He's no longer in it. He has too many turnovers. Could it be Josh Allen? I think right now it's looking like Lamar Jackson, CMC, Tua Tagovailoa are my top 3 MVP candidates. Purdy is no longer in the mix, sadly, for what happened last night. You can't throw 4 interceptions in prime time versus everybody. You can't do it. I will come to Jalen Hurts' defense. I saw a little snippet on Instagram that kind of gives my man some grace.
Another NFL game just controlled by the refs. Jalen threw 2 interceptions that should have been defensive pass interference. On this first Love interception, it was a clear PI. Just watch Quez Watkins' shoulders dip. I mean, he's pulling, look, shoulders dip. Pass interference, defense, easy. Eagles get the ball on the 1-yard line, easy touchdown the next play. And then the second one, I mean, he's draped all over AJ. He got no chance to even come back to the ball. And the Love's left toe even touch? Absolutely not. Again, huge monumental calls that the refs got completely wrong.
This is, but his foot never touches the ground. And then on the previous interception, there's defensive holding the entire post route. So to Jalen Hurts' defense, they're the Eagles are the anti-America's team. Everybody wants to see the Eagles lose. I'm convinced. From the referees calling offsides on our left guard, on the tush push, to Travis Kelce adjusting the football. Yeah, he might have moved it a little bit. But you know what I'm getting at. Things happen, and there's no excuse. Some of those balls Jalen Hurts should not have thrown. Period. Our Birds looked bad in the win. Our Birds have looked bad in a lot of wins. And our 11 wins, I don't think we looked good in any of them. Rod said he went down. I got clipped by a player from behind. I need footage. Rod. I want to know if you know how to fall. Did you fall gracefully, or did you fight it and make it look ugly? Roop said, go Hawks. That's Seahawks, that is. Seahawks. Rod said, I bet the announcer could only see that foot on instant replay in slow motion. I don't think when we watched the film during the game, I thought his foot touched the ground. It wasn't until this guy had the super slow-mo, extra push-in zoom that I saw it. So, I get it. So the playoff picture is as follows. In the AFC, Ravens right now, number 1 seed, bye. First week bye. You got the Colts versus the Dolphins. Number 7 versus number 2. Bills at the Chiefs. If the Chiefs lose these last 2, I'm not sure if that's true. Cleveland Browns at the Jacksonville Jaguars. If the Jacksonville Jaguars lose a couple of these games, it's a wrap for them. In the NFC, as it stands right now, Niners, first place, bye. Things could happen if the Niners lose and the Eagles win. If the Cowboys win, Eagles lose, Niners lose, things can change. Number 7, Seahawks. Rube said go Hawks at the Detroit Football Lions, which will be a very tough game. Detroit having a first time in 30 years, a home game in the playoffs. Rams sneak in the playoffs and play against my Eagles at the Link. Good luck with that. But the way we're playing, Puka and Cooper Kupp gonna have a field day. But hopefully Darius Slay comes back and Maddox come back. The Cowboys will be at number 5, and they will play at Tampa Bay, which is not a good thing for the Cowboys, who are not the best road team in the world. So we're all ready to roll. Shout out to the Raiders, who need to hire Antonio Pierce as their head coach. Quit playing around. Don't make the same mistake the Carolina Panthers made by firing Steve Wilkes. Stay with the man that your team plays hard for. Shout out to Jack Jones, Long Beach Poly product, with his second pick 6 in 3 weeks for the Vegas Raiders. The kid just has that it. He has that dog. He has that knack for the ball. Jack has always been that dude. That is the NFL playoff picture. We will come right back after this message from DEM Clothing.
Dominate every matchup, period. This should be the mindset of every competitor in both team and individual sports and in life. Each day we wake up, regardless of the task, regardless of what we're facing, we gotta decide whether we're gonna dominate or be dominated, period. There is no in between. We believe whoever wears our gear embodies that DEM mindset. Dominate every matchup, period. The question is, which side will you be on?
You ain't got to worry about me, young AC. I'm going to dominate every matchup, period. This program is brought to you by All In CDL Training, the future of commercial driving. And the folks at All In want you to know, if you struggle with test taking, we're hearing a lot of questions about this All In CDL Training program. The scholarships that are available, they're for anybody that is underemployed, meaning you're not making enough money to survive, or you're unemployed, you just need a job. So vocational training is being funded by the state, so they're going to take care of your fees, so don't worry about how much it costs. And if you're worried about taking a test, that's what All In CDL Training specializes in. Test taking tips, test taking skills, how you can best prepare yourself to go in there and knock out that test and finish it with flying colors. So check them out. 909-708-4861. Website, allincdltraining.com. We'll take care of you. I promise. All right, man. So the NCAA bowl games. I know there are too many for you to keep up with. There are too many to even keep track of. But it's money, man. It's big money on the line every year. Bowl season. I saw a bowl game today, and one of the teams had a losing record. I thought you had to have a winning record to be in the bowl game conversation. So it's crazy out there. Ryan Smith in the house. What up, fam bam? Saw your family photo, man. Beautiful family. To the wife, I said, hey. Rodney Saw said when he fell, he got clipped. He tucked and rolled like a G. Like an OG is supposed to. You're not supposed to fight the fall. That makes it worse. Tuck and roll and jumped up and rolled and ruled on the play. So you fell, rolled, jumped up, and made the call. I hope you got your money's worth that day. I hope you got paid double that day. Rodney Saw said, my Raiders made me proud. Raiders beat the Chiefs at the Chiefs and the home of the Chiefs. That should have got Antonio Pierce the job right there. That's impressive. But no offensive touchdowns for the quarterback who didn't even get 100 yards. 2 defensive touchdowns. Crazy. Curtis, legendary bartender Ife. Where can I get me some DEM? You have to check out my man Mike Moody when it comes to the St. Anthony's football practices. His last 2 athletes, Alexander Cobbs was his DEM athlete previous season. This season, his DEM athlete was Remy Doring. So he's around. I'll let him know you're interested. You can rock him at the bar, and then he'll take care of you. Jim said, I see Kansas won another bowl game. Bad memories, man. Shout out to Chris Rubio and Jim Scarano and all the folks over at the Decade Show on the NGBN TV network. We had a great show this evening. If you missed it, check it out on YouTube at the NGBN TV network website. We talked about the horror story, which was the Aloha Bowl some 28 years ago when UCLA Bruins played the Kansas Jayhawks in the Aloha Bowl on Christmas Day and lost 50-31. It was at the score, something like that. We lost by 20, but it wasn't even that close. It was by 30-some points. We came back a little bit at the end, made it respectable, but it was terrible, man. We spent the entire week riding scooters. We spent the entire week riding waves at Sandy Beach, and it was dangerous. I mean, we were getting body slammed by waves and getting shoulders dislocated. And All-American lineman Jonathan Ogden almost lost his whole left side being slammed. All we saw was his feet in the air. It was crazy. So I had to warn my son and his teammates, don't do like we did. Keep it cool. Stay on ground. Stay on foot. Don't get in trouble down here on these scooters. It's a different day, man. It's a different day. All right, so the bowls. Let's just run through them, man. Holiday Bowl, SC versus Louisville. Number 15, Louisville. I think Louisville smashes because SC is in turmoil, and that's not going to be nice. Texas Bowl, Oklahoma State versus Texas A&M. A&M's in turmoil. No coach. Oklahoma State should smash. That's December 28th. I believe the SC game is it tomorrow? Somebody type in when the SC game is. I don't have the date down here, but I know it's at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Fox. The Pinstripe Bowl. Some of these names of bowls are really interesting. The Pinstripe Bowl. Rutgers versus the U. That's the only reason why I watch it. I'm a small, back in my history of football, the U fan. I love the U. I love the documentary on 30 for 30, the U1, the U2. Still my favorite football team of all time as far as best college football team of all time. Miami, 2001, I believe. Incredible team. Pop-Tarts Bowl. NC State versus Kansas State. Number 18 versus number 25. Should be a good game. And that will be at 5:45. These are all on December 28th. The Alamo Bowl used to be a great game. Should be a good one this year. Number 12, Oklahoma versus number 14, Arizona. Shout out to Rudy Cambero. His boys from Servite are growing up fast at Arizona with Babita and T-Mac McMillan leading that offensive powerhouse against Oklahoma. Should be a track meet. Should be fun to watch for fans. That is 9:15 Eastern on Friday. Alamo Bowl. The Gator Bowl. Historically, a really good game. Number 22, Clemson versus Kentucky. 12 p.m., which will be 9 a.m. for us. Probably won't miss that one. Tony the Tiger Bowl. The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Number 16, Notre Dame versus number 19, Oregon State. Oregon State will be without their coach. Oregon State will be without their quarterback, DJ Uiagalelei. I must mess his name all the way up, but you know who I'm talking about. So that game will be interesting. We also had discussion on Decades about should bowls contract out with student athletes, because student athletes are opting out to play in these bowl games because they have NFL hopes. And if you have NFL aspirations, you don't want to get hurt in a meaningless bowl game. So could a bowl game contract out with student athlete? I don't see why not, because that athlete will be on all the promotionals. The athlete will be the person that sells the game, right? That's your internship. That's your job. That's your NIL. Name, image, and likeness. Give me my million, man. You're giving my school 20 million? Give me one. I think that's the future. Cotton Bowl. Number 7, Ohio State versus number 9, Missouri. Should be a great game. Saturday, December 30th, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. The Peach Bowl, number 10, Penn State versus number 11, Ole Miss. Should be a great game in Atlanta, Georgia. Penn State got to travel pretty far, whereas Ole Miss not so far. Should be all right. Only problem is it's at 12 p.m., which means 9 a.m. West Coast time. And it happens. Music City Bowl, Auburn, Maryland. Orange Bowl. This is the game of the left outs. Number 5, Florida State versus number 6, Georgia. So who's angrier? Who's angrier? Rudy in the house, bear down. Throw it up. Throw it up. Sweet brother Numsy's in the house. My sweet brother. I still need to listen to the show, man. You and Tony got it going, man. I still got to get on there. The Time Is Now podcast. Check it out on Apple Music, Spotify, and all your podcast networks. The ReliaQuest Bowl. LSU without Jaden Daniels. So I'm not sure what LSU is going to look like. Again, these bowl games lose their luster when the stars aren't playing. He is declared for the NFL draft. Does that mean he's not going to play? Should he play? He had nothing to play for. It's not for the national championship. He already won the Heisman. He's set. Most likely going to sit this one out. The Citrus Bowl, number 17, Iowa versus number 21, Tennessee. Not really interested in that game until homegrown gets in, and he ain't in yet. So we'll wait and see. Hopefully next year, unless he hops in the portal, we'll see. Fiesta Bowl, number 8, Oregon versus number 23, Liberty. I'm kind of interested to see how this goes. I believe Liberty is undefeated, and they're going against Oregon, who is probably the best 2-loss team, who lost to Washington twice. So that might be an interesting game to watch. Fiesta Bowl, 1 p.m. And then the college football playoffs. Here we go. All right, so I'm not sure if you know this guy. I love this guy. His name is Roll Tide Willie, and he is hilarious. My buddy put me on the Roll Tide.
Better be fired up.
He's fired
We don't
up.
give a piss about nothing but the Tide Blitz, Bama Blitz. We finna put it on them, Willie?
Finna put it on them.
I need to know it. I don't think you feeling it, Willie.
Put it
Don't
on
be blitzing me now. We saving that for the game.
All right, then.
Roll Tide, roll.
Roll Tide, roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Let's go. Blitz, Bama Blitz. Really?
Yes.
Mercedes-Benz.
Willie, yeah, that's my guy, man. So we got Bama. Roll Tide Willie got me rolling, man. We got the Tide. We got the Tide facing Michigan. Number 1, Michigan versus the Tide. And I don't give a rip about nothing but the Tide. Nobody wants to play the Tide right now. At the Rose Bowl, good buddy Earl Little, my teammate from New Orleans, said he might have a ticket for me. If he can give me 2 tickets, I might have to take Junior down there and show him what the Roll Tide looked like in person. The SEC versus the Big Ten. Michigan versus Bama at the Rose Bowl. You want to see some fan base support? You want to see Michigan versus Bama. The Rose Bowl will probably be packed out. And I believe Bama will probably have the most fans. They are deep, they are obnoxious, and they're just like Willie. Roll Tide Willie. Blitz, Bama Blitz. And I don't give a rip about nothing but the Tide. Nothing but the Tide. Jim said NTN kid transferring to Georgia from Florida. I'm going to have a whole segment about that. Who's going where? BT, what's up, brother? In the house. B. Thomas in the house. What's good with you, man? Brandon Saw said these players only worried about the draft. They don't want to play in bowl games anymore. Hard for me to get excited. That's why the bowl games need to step in and hop on this NIL trail. If they can pay players to play, why not pay them to play in the bowl game? Wouldn't you watch the LSU game if Jaden Daniels was playing? Isn't that what this is all about? Eyes on the game, sponsorships, viewership, numbers. Need to ask her name is Chastity if she knows that dude since she lives in Greenboro. Everybody's related though. Down in Bama, right? I heard everybody's cousins. Blitz, Bama, Blitz. That dude is hilarious. All right, Michigan versus Bama. I got Bama. Blitz, Bama, Blitz. Shout out to Earl Little Jr., who's recovering from a surgery, I believe shoulder surgery. He'll be back next year. Number 20, that's my y'all. Nephew, roommate's son. Number 2, Washington. The last of the Pac-12. The last of the great Pac-12. Michael Penix Jr. and the Huskies face the number 3 team, the Texas Longhorns. And Steve Sarkisian's bunch, I got the Huskies and Bama in the title game. I got the Huskies winning the whole thing. Go Pac-12. I'm going to die on my sword. Pac-12 to the casket drop. Let's go Huskies. Go Dogs. I know her name is Chastity, will not be happy with that pick, but and my good buddy, Minister Ricky Watts, who always says Roll Tide at church, it's about them dogs. It's about the Pac-12. I'm a homer in that regard. Go Dogs. Championship game, I believe it was January 8th, Monday, the following week, a day before yours truly's birthday. Might need to have a little shindig. Might need to have a little watch party. Monday, January 8th, 7:30 p.m. Now, is that 7:30 p.m. West Coast time, or is that East Coast time? 4:30 game here would probably be tragic. But if it's 10:30 on the East Coast, that's tragic as well. So I got to find out what time is what. I think these are all Eastern because the game between Washington and Texas, the Sugar Bowl, is at 8:45 p.m. That's kind of late for a football game on the East Coast. I'm believing that is the East Coast time. 5:45 start, which means the championship game will be at 7:30 Eastern time, 4:30 Pacific Coast time, which would kind of be a drag, but you gotta bring your butt home and watch the game. You want to see the championship game, right? No harm, no foul. All right, man. We'll be right back after this message.
Attention, gentlemen of distinction. Introducing NGBN.TV, the television network designed exclusively for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Your go-to destination for entertainment that speaks to you, inspires you, and celebrates the incredible journey of manhood. And here's the exciting news. NGBN.TV is coming to Roku, Apple TV, Amazon, and your favorite mobile devices. Whether you're a sports enthusiast, seeking self-improvement, or just looking for a good laugh, NGBN.TV has got you covered. Entertainment, inspiration, brotherhood. Coming soon to Roku, Apple TV, Amazon, and mobile devices. NGBN.TV, where men thrive.
And we're getting ready to launch. Mark your calendars. Towards the end of January, we're going big. So get on this train while you can. Get ready to download this app. We're going to do it real big. If you are interested in some merch, go to ngbntv.com and type in AC10. Get your discount. Get your NGBN TV merch. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies. Gray, black, blue, little orange accent. I also have an AC Sports Live shirt on the way. If you're interested in an AC Sports Live shirt with a Tribe Called Quest Midnight Marauders feel, this shirt will be available real soon. Stay tuned. It's happening. It really is happening. All right. So my 2 cents. So with Brock Purdy's game last night, Cam Newton said some things recently about some players that got some people in their feelings. He said Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, Tua Tagovailoa, Jared Goff, these are game managers. And everybody went crazy because at that point in time, Brock Purdy was an MVP leader. Then he goes on to say they're not difference makers. Give me Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. Those are game changers. Guys who can take a little and make something out of nothing. Well, you figure Lamar Jackson hasn't had any help until this year. And we all seen what Patrick Mahomes can do with one receiver. Now he has no receivers. He's still, in the hunt. Kelsey's having a bad season. Thanks to Taylor Swift. Everyone is kind of speculating that's what's different in his life, right? I think the stardom and all the commercials and all the publicity is taking him off his game. I'm not going to say it's distracting him. I'm saying it is what is different in his life. But to go back to what Cam says, that these are game managers, I have to stop and say, what's so wrong with being a game manager? Like, there are game managers who have Super Bowl rings. Like Trent Dilfer, Joe Flacco. There are game managers who just didn't mess it up. Old Tom Brady for the Bucks. He didn't make a ton of plays. I believe they won the Super Bowl with he didn't have a great game. Did he throw 2 tubs? So why are we all bent out of shape by the distinction of game manager? You're an NFL quarterback. You're one of the top 30 quarterbacks in the world. And you have the reins to a team. And your team is in first place. Like right now, Jalen Hurts is a terrible game manager because he's not taking care of the football. Last year, Jalen Hurts was a playmaker, game changer. He still has glimpses of being a game changer because the brotherly love shove is an unstoppable play. When Jalen Hurts is not throwing pick sixes and turning the ball over, he's a game changer. When he makes mistakes, he becomes a game manager and that he's not doing a good job managing the game. And I think right now he's just going through a funk. But who cares if you're considered a game manager? As we saw last night, Purdy had his worst game as a pro. He looked like Mr. Irrelevant last night. The Ravens defense will do that to you. They're one of the best defenses in the NFL for the last 15 years. So why are we acting crazy? And then Cam Newton, they're trying to discredit what he's saying because he's not playing, and he's saying he's still better than some of the quarterbacks playing. Of course you believe you're still a good player. If you're still active, you're not retired yet, you believe you can still play. You have to have that confidence. However, he does have the right to his opinion. He knows a little bit about the position. He was the MVP of the entire league. He made it to the Super Bowl. He can say what he thinks. It's called an opinion. Rod, thank you for the reminder, man. USC UCLA women's on the 30th. That should be the big one. Number 2 versus number 6. I will be in on that. I got my good buddy Douglas Lewis Brooks III, Bishop. What's up, brother? And the Big Time Show. Big Time Show. If you're a Cowboys fan or a Cowboys hater like me, the Big Time Show is where it's at, man. Get all the inside scoop on Dak Prescott. I'm going to forward all the information from the Big Time Show to the Eagles, so they'll have some inside information on how to stop Dak Prescott. Because we did not stop him last time we faced him. He had an MVP type day. Rodney said Cam was correct. Even if he's not, he said Phil Simms is the quarterback who managed to get the ball to Mark Bavaro, and win the Super Bowl with a great defense. Jim McMahon won with the 85 Bears. And there's nothing wrong with that. They say Terry Bradshaw was a game manager. He wasn't great. Joe Namath. Old Peyton Manning. When he was out on his luck, when he was a little bit older. All these dudes, they could still be Hall of Famers. There are game managers in the Hall of Fame. Right now. Nothing wrong with it, man. It's just a butthurt generation. Brad Johnson from the Bucks. All-time great defense. All these all-time great defenses that help a team win the championship. I promise you they had a game manager, and they not tripping off the fact that all I had to do was not turn the ball over. And that's what Cam's quote was saying. Cam saying, these guys, the difference is they're being asked not to lose. You ain't even got to score every time. Just don't throw a pick every time. I'm going to call a spade a spade. A game manager is different than a game changer. Michael Vick was a game changer, but no championships. Lamar Jackson's a game changer, no championships yet. So the guys who make plays, for half his career, Tom Brady was a game changer. The other half of his career is a game manager. When you lose the ability to be creative and do things that aren't on the books, on the script, that's what it is. Nothing wrong with it. It's okay. You're still an NFL top player. Peyton Manning game managed to a Super Bowl. Nothing wrong with it. It's just a distinction. It's like saying a running quarterback is now a pocket passer. You're an NFL quarterback. Do you win games? That's all I care about. Doug Williams, he could slang that thing, but when they weren't good, he wasn't the reason why they won. It was a team effort. And when Doug was on, he was the best quarterback in the league. But when Doug was off, you hope and pray John Riggins would play well. Nothing wrong with it. I'm okay with it. Don't get all your panties in a bunch, as they say. If you saw the Deontay Wilder fight, I think we might have seen Deontay Wilder. His best has already passed. He says, I'm happy. I'm a happy fighter. I'll be back. And if not, it's been a pleasure. I don't know if I still have that same fire. Well, I know one thing he ain't got. He ain't got no legs. My man went out there with these twigs. Your thighs should be thicker than your arms. My man was out there looking like a stick man. And this is the heavyweight division. Brother, you have to get in the weight room and lift with your legs. You gotta get some lower body. Where your power comes from is your base. You cannot be in there that thin. Some people said it was a good thing he came in lean. Nah, bro. You need something that caboose. You need something in your hind parts. When you throw your punches, they gotta come from the bottom. I'm learning that in my boxing classes. Your punches come from your base. You trying to throw it just shoulder. That's a myth. Get them legs together. But if your fire is gone, your big matchup with Anthony Joshua still might happen. Joshua knows you're not at the top of your game, so now he wants to fight you. And now he probably wants to punish you because he knows now the blueprint has been set. Cut the distance and duck. And that's what his opponent did the entire fight. And that's why you didn't see him land one tough punch. He lost to Joseph Parker, the journeyman, and he didn't even win. I don't think he won a round. He lost 118, 111, 118, 110, 120, 108. That's sad. And you're the headliner. I hope he has more fight in him. I hope he gets mad and makes a comeback. I think it's a wrap. I think now he's going to be fighting for a few more paychecks. Roddy said Wilder might be the worst heavyweight champion ever. And he just said Mike Tyson hasn't beaten any Hall of Famers. And that's why I said be careful who you speak bad about. Mike Tyson has a following similar to Beyonce. Mike Tyson has a following similar to Allen Iverson. People love Mike Tyson. He beat Hall of Famers. He beat Larry Holmes. He beat Michael Spinks. He beat some guys on the last leg. But to say he did not do the thing, like Mike Tyson was the baddest man on the planet for a good 5 to 7 years before his problems off the mat, off the boxing rink. Now Deontay Wilder, what's your legacy going to be? You knocked out a few bums, and now you want us to say, man, remember how Deontay used to knock dudes out? I don't want him to see you. I don't want to see him go out like this. I want him to get some retribution and to be a good champion into his swan song. Big Time said he shows out shadow boxing. I can shadow box, Big Time. I look real good against a bag that don't hit back. I'm in there. I'm looking I mean, you can see my footage. Then I get in the ring, start sparring, I get hit upside the head. It's different when the bag hits back. It's different when the bag ducks and you miss every shot and you don't have a jab. It's bad, man. Jim said 3 of his legs wouldn't equal one of Tyson's. He was in there looking like a little legs crew, man. It was sad. I'm like, wait a minute. My TV, I tried to fix my TV. I said, something must be wrong because his legs look real thin. And why are his feet so thin? Like, he looked like a stick figure. He looked like a video game character. And I was like, this ain't looking good, man. The Dodgers. All right, man. We are breaking the bank. And it ain't even subtle. We are breaking the bank. We are trying to get all the players from Japan. We're trying to get everybody possible. The Dodgers have spent $1 billion on these 2 men this offseason. Shohei, Ohtani, and Yamamoto. If we don't win a championship in the next 3 years, talk about your bad investments. Come on, fellas. Bring us a chip. I don't mean no disrespect. I'm bound out of respect. I'm paying homage to our new family. Japanese connection. Bring us a chip. Our pitching staff is looking. I mean, you have Shohei Ohtani, Tyler Glasnow, and Yamamoto. Is 1, 2, and 3. We just need 2 serviceable to round out that pitching staff. 2 bullpen. I would take 2 of our last year's starters and turn them into bullpen pitchers. Something has to go. Something has to work. With all this money being shelled out, it's championship or bust. It's championship or bust. Rodney Saw said all the fighters Tyson beat that were ranked could actually fight. Trevor Burbick, Pinklin Thomas, Mitch Green, Buster Douglas, they all had real boxing skills. Razor Ruddock, man, I don't think people understand. I don't think Tony Tubbs, Mitch Blood Green, them dudes can fight. So I was like, what is Deontay talking about? In Mike Tyson's prime, he kills Tyson Fury. Easy target. He's standing right there. Yeah, Jim, $1 billion. A whole billion with the B. So that's all in. When you're playing poker and you push all your chips in, that's what the Dodgers just did. UCLA, oh my God. Do we have any players left? All right, so if you keep track of the UCLA Bruins as a Bruin alum, all right, first of all, just listen to the list. Dante Moore, 5-star, gone. Murphy Twins, going to the pros. 5-star safety, Kamari Ramsey, across the street to USC, transferred. 4-star, John Humphrey, has 1 year left, transferred USC to follow Deion Sandlin. Tight end Carson Ryan's gone to Utah. O-lineman Jake Wiley is going to Houston. O-line Spencer Hulse is in the portal. Kicker RJ Lopez in the portal. Tight end Grant Norberg in the portal. Wide receiver Bradley Scombe in the portal. Long snapper, Rubio, one of your guys, Bo Gardner, is going to the University of Georgia. So the Bulldogs snatched one of our guys. And our kicker, wide receiver Ari Levinson, is in the portal. Wide receiver Cam Brown is going to Purdue. Keegan Jones has entered the portal. William Nemo Jr. from Mater Dei going to San Diego State. What is going on at UCLA? We are losing players. Now we are gaining a few players. We're getting Marcus Ratcliffe from San Diego State, and we're getting Brian Addison from Oregon. He's been there for 5 years. Our best incoming portal guy is Rico Flowers from Notre Dame, receiver who actually has film, 6 foot, 198, speedster. Hopefully he can help us out. I don't know, Chip. I hope you got a plan. I hope you got some guys coming in because we lost a few good guys, especially in the secondary. We lost our D coordinator, And we lost key guys, starters in the secondary. Can't happen. So UCLA, we got to get some NIL money and make it public that we are offering the same bag that SC's offering, the same bag that Georgia's offering, even though we probably aren't offering the same amount as Georgia. We got to get in the game, man. That's just the way it is. Tyreek Hill, what is going on, my brother? 3 baby mamas in the same year, and you just got married. Somebody needs to help Tyreek Hill, man. He is out here doing it all wrong, man. It's really mind-boggling. He's going for the record at receiver to get 2,000 yards, but he's also going for Nick Cannon's baby mama record. Had his 3rd child this year by yet another woman, as 2 other baby mamas filed for paternity suits. Okay, man. When you're a rookie, you go to a thing called a symposium, and at the symposium, they kind of help you understand the pitfalls of being an NFL player and all the people that are going to come at you for your money. Apparently, Tyreek Hill skipped that meeting and is going for his, and he's trying his best to impregnate as many women as he can while he still has a chance. This is not how you do it, young athletes. Find one you're going to ride with. Be with that person. Lock it down. Do it the right way, because guess what? You can't play that long. It is not times of old where you can have as many women as you can afford. You will not be able to play at this level more than 10 years. But these young people you brought into the world will be with you 18 years and more. So now, not only do you have to make your bed, you lay in your bed, you make your bed, you have to lay in it. You don't have enough money, man. And you play a position that's required for you to be healthy and run full speed and be a guy. So how are you gonna be able to sustain this, man? Do you understand the history of players that do this? The Antoine Walkers, the players who have a ton of babies out of wedlock and by multiple women who are, it's just a bad scenario, because now you have 4 Christmases. And you didn't think this out. And your poor wife, your poor brand new wife, she got to see these. I mean, one thing I've always promised my wife, I'll never have her looking stupid. Man, his poor wife, she got to deal with that. That's just tragic, man. Anna in the house, she said nasty. Jim said, is it more of a slap in the face when they go to SC? Oh yeah, Jim. That's the worst part about it. They go across the street to the rival. That's really bad. Rodney Side said, probably the cause of those hamstring injuries. Yeah, we were warned. All this fun and games with the young females will have you hamstrings and groin injuries seriously. It ain't even a joke. You gotta watch yourself. Anna said nasty, messy, and irresponsible. And we're talking about real people here. Real kids who have to live through this. Surprise, no groin injuries. That's where it goes. That's where you go first. That's what the outcome is. You laying up and you go out there, try to run fast. Pow! Groin snap. He's raw dogging all of Liberty City. Well, you figure he likes one type of woman. They all look similar, except for one of them. One of them looks like he had a bad night. Not to talk about nobody, but you know what I'm talking about. Dr. White said he must be trying to keep up with his teammate. Oh yeah, Howard got a bunch of kids too. Well, I think it's a culture. It's a culture. Dudes is talking crazy like, man, I did this, and that. Oh man, I did this, and that. Oh bro, that ain't nothing. I did this. What? Come on, man. be more responsible. Hey, the Pistons lost again tonight. That's 27 in a row. So the bet is the Pistons won't win another game this season. Someone put $40. The Pistons will not win a game the rest of the season. That $40 will bring back $40,000. My $2 bet is that the Pistons will win 10 games. I believe they've got 2 wins on the season. They will win 10 games. I don't think a team in the NBA with paid players can't win 10 games. Cade Cunningham and his buddies, and they have to find a way. There's just no way. 82 games. They can't win 10. $2 bet on the wall. $2 bet. I'll bet my $2 on the wall. The Pistons will win 10 games. But I did see an alarming video of why the Pistons may not win another game. This is them in warm-ups. This is the professional Detroit Pistons. I believe this video is for about 5 minutes. They don't make a shot. Is there hope? I mean, it might be a loop, but I don't see a ball, not one ball going in. And my man right there is shooting 5-footers. He's shooting jump hooks, and he didn't make one. So it's looking bleak in Detroit. This ain't your dad's Pistons. This is not the bad boys. They bad. They just not that bad. They the other kind of bad, as in terrible. Terrible. OG Neal in the house. Looks like he had a bad night. Yeah, we're talking about Tyreek Hill and his baby mamas. Someone said, I said in a post, they all look like the same chick. And then someone said, well, one night he was with what's my man from the New York Giants, Vito. I mean, I believe she was probably cute before she got pregnant and got full on her face. I'm talking about young lady in the middle who doesn't necessarily look like his new wife or the other 2 baby mamas, who are pretty glammed up, are pretty much IG models, typical IG models with that classic Pocahontas look. He went off the grid one night. It might have been one of those classic hookup moments on the Dave Chappelle show. Late at night. All right, tune to love, man. George Pickens said he didn't block because he don't want to get hurt. All right, man. As a former receiver, this is unacceptable. You block or you don't play. Let's see if I can find, if I see the footage. I mean, this is about as bad as James Harden say they don't pay me to play defense, and he don't want to hear it. Now, he had a great game last week, but you know how you lose teammates? You don't block. So you are on the Tender Love Report. Strike up the music. George Pickens, you block for your teammates, man. It's part of the game. You want to see an example of what blocking for your teammates does for your team? All right. I'm going to give my Eagles some love, even though they don't really deserve it. When receivers block, good things happen. Zacchaeus on a ball thrown to Smitty, a crossing pattern. All this room to run. Zacchaeus blocks his man, pancakes him into the end zone, touchdown. That's what blocking does for your team. Not saying I might get hurt. I believe there's a video of him not blocking. Or what he's saying about his not blocking. It is what it is. At the end of the day, he was doing what he thought was best for him, says Jalen Warren. George Pickens not blocking for him on a run play. I didn't want to get an injury, he says. All the people that's questioning my effort, they don't play football. Okay. I played football. I pride myself in blocking when I was a wide receiver. Tender, man. Draymond Green. Tough guy. We got you on video. Being selective. Remember, back in the day, you played against the Los Angeles Lakers with Meta World Peace. And you try to do that funny style, tough guy mess, and turned around and realized I'm not that crazy. This is Ron Artest. Meta World Peace. I will go up in the stands and put hands on you. See how he refrained himself? Look at that. Tender love, baby. At its finest. So Draymond Green, he ain't crazy. He's actually very smart. I am not crazy enough to go crazy on Ron Artest, Meta World Peace, who will go in the stands and put hands on a fan. You know what he'll do to you. It'd be a nice old-fashioned New York brawl at the Staples Center. All right, man. I saw a flick, Gran Turismo, man. True story. It's a must watch. I saw it on the plane. I almost dropped a tear. It was a movie, true story about Jan Maddenborough, who won the game simulation contest, becomes a real driver. I didn't know his daddy was African. His mom was European. So he's a black kid playing a video game, got to live his dream, and it's a true story. Gran Turismo, man. I believe it's on Netflix. Check it out. Real quick, Ronnie Sauce about the Pistons said there's no vets on the team, all youngsters. They still got to find a way to win. The Rockets won last year a few games. Jim said the Pistons need Dennis Rodman. I believe if they brought Dennis Rodman on the team, he could help them guys in the locker room. Didn't Tyreek go to college? I think everybody in the field had to go to college, but if you didn't go to the symposium meeting, you missed the information. Ronnie Sauce says, tell that to the old Steelers receivers. They'll fight you. Man, Hines Ward was the best blocker in the NFL for a good 10 years. And now you got this, so this lets you know that Mike Tomlin needs to go ahead and retire because these new dudes is different. OG Miguel in the house. What's up, bro? You think that's funny? Go to Tariq house for Christmas. All right, man, my mental reps. As I watched the Gran Turismo movie, I watched the kid chase his dream to become a professional driver with only video game experience. And he actually accomplished it. Despite the naysayers, despite the father not believing in his dream. He followed his dream. Mentally, he needed that support, and what got my tears to come down when the dad finally saw that he needed to support his son, no matter what his dream was. Even if it failed, he needed to support him, and he finally did. I'm gonna spoil the movie like I always do. He followed his dream. Of course, the movie had its ups and downs, but he followed his dream. And I think that would be so much of a help to all of us as we continue to set our goals and only share those goals with people who you know are going to support you. Here at the NGBN TV network, we are huge, big on mental health, especially for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Whatever your goals are, even if it's just a goal to be a good father, accomplish it. Strive to get that. Be that. No matter what. Strive. Continue to go. Pray. Believe. Get it. Got it? Good. All right, man. This show was brought to us by All In CDO Training. Mood Swing Apparel, Cannon Nation Boxing. I also want to shout out to the upcoming third annual Regional Army All-Star Football Game, January 13th at Sunnyside High School in Fresno. My nephew will be playing in it, Landon Washington. Remy Doring will be playing in it, wide receiver, defensive back from St. Anthony's. And our offensive tackle, Nico Martinez, will be playing in that game. So we got some locals playing in this game from St. Paul, some guys from Cathedral. They'll be playing against the North team, and it will be a good showcase for coming out of high school players trying to get a look. All right, take a look at that. And I think that's it for my show tonight. I appreciate y'all for hanging out. Rube said one of my goals for 2024 is to be as smooth as yours truly. That is very, very much accomplishable. You can do that. I'm just a guy, man. I'm here for the people, though. I'm AC. This is AC Sports Live. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with your boy. As always, peace and blessings. I will see y'all next year. Next show will be January, and I will see y'all on the flip side. Be easy, love each other, and may God bless you richly as this year comes to an end, and that next year will be a blessing that you'll get all of your heart's desires. All your wildest dreams will come true. Promise you. Yes, it will be on TV on ESPN IFE, ESPN Fresno, but it will be on TV somewhere. So I'll give you a link. All right, y'all. Till next time. Peace out.